Howdy, with this video, I want to go over the metaphor assignment and the first essay assignment. For the metaphor, that's something you're going to be working on this weekend. I'm bringing the class on Tuesday. It may not be 100% done on Tuesday. I'll probably look at it and go like, hey, you didn't put your teacher on the metaphor or whatever. But you should have it pretty much ready to go. And we're going to start working on the first essay on the 25th as well. That's what all these, the journals and the metaphor, all this discussion about what it means to be a good student and a successful student, that's what this whole essay is going to be about. So to kind of show you the assignments, we're going to go here to, well, I'm in the wrong place, to the course. We're going to go under essay assignments. You're going to see the self-regulated learner essay there and the metaphor assignment under essay assignments on the content page. And we'll click on the metaphor assignment. And what you're going to see is you're going to make a drawing of what success in this class looks like to you. And that kind of depends on your personal experiences and what kind of interests you have. But again, for this assignment, you're just going to write out my success in this class will look like a what? A marching band, a perfect football play, racing car, whatever you're kind of interested in, a perfect dance routine, whatever you're kind of interested in. And you're going to draw that out and label it and show me what actually your success is going to be built on. It's going to be support from family, from tutoring, from me, all your previous experiences in school, all these different things that create a successful experience in the classroom. I want to see that illustrated through your simile there. I don't want you to use an online image. You can if you want to, but I prefer you kind of draw it out. Stick figures are fine. That's all I can draw are stick figures. So, but some students are really good artists and can come up with some very interesting metaphors and draw them out really well. But you kind of see here my teaching success is based on my education, my family, my professional development. Then I label the roots and the stems and the leaves of this flower. And of course, the bloom is student success, right? But the drawing's fine. I'm really interested in the labeling and where you think the support for your success is going to come from. And to take a look at some previous examples. What? I just wanted to start my slideshow. There we go. Success in this course for this student was based on musical notes. And you can kind of see she labeled the bars there and labeled all the notes. She needs to put that one sentence in there that says, my success will look like beautiful music or whatever. Looks like a blooming tree. This student actually had the markers when she came to class before she even knew we were going to do the assignment. So she's obviously interested in drawing things out. When you first come to school, you're a little fish and you want to become a big fish, right? And take the college by storm, so to speak, or the course by storm. But you can kind of see you don't have to be a great artist. It's how to blow a big bubble with bubble gum. But notice he's labeling it all out and showing us what that's going to look like. I think this guy put his paper to the screen and traced a little bit, but still a good drawing. Labels it all. It's like making the big catch there. Like a burning flame, going from a little duck to a big duck to an adult duck. It's like the dolphin leaping out of the water for the first time, avoiding the snares of the fishermen in the nets. It's like a car. You got to get the idea. It's like having a baby. Not too graphic there, but it can feel like having a baby, staying in a college class, doing all the work, and finally at the end you get something. It can be kind of fun if you want to. This one could use maybe a little more labeling, but those are kind of good examples of what I'm looking for there. And hopefully that helps a little bit. You're going to come up with something of your own, hopefully, based on your own personal interests. But that's the metaphor assignment. Again, be careful. Don't go down the rabbit hole in this one. You don't. Yeah, the essays where the points are, not the metaphor. But hopefully it's a fun assignment. And it kind of gives you a sense of what success might actually look like to you as you work through this college course. The self-regulated learner essay, that's going to be our first essay. Make that a little bigger. You're going to write a 700-word minimum 5-paragraph essay, just going back to the basic 5-part essay format. Want to get that established, and that's the last time we're going to look at do this 5-paragraph formulaic kind of essay. The rest of them are going to be much longer and not so formulaic. But I want to make sure everybody knows the formula before we kind of break the formula. But you're going to employ MLA formatting, and you're going to analyze any 3 of the profile points of a self-regulated learner as they apply to you. In other words, you're not going to tell me how I can be a better student. You're going to tell me why you're a good student or how you could be a better student. And these profile points come straight from the reading from the journals, the second one. And you're just going to pick any 3 of these. Nobody's perfect at all of these, probably. Are you good at planning and organizing your work, or do all your assignments just kind of get shuffled on the floorboard of your truck as you go around corners? What's your backpack look like, right? Successful students have planners. They have all their stuff in order. They know when assignments are coming due. They got a plan. And, it's not an accident. Are you motivated to learn? Not everybody wants to come into a classroom and write essays. How do you get yourself pumped up to say, hey, this is going to benefit me, in the long run, I got to master these goals. Do you learn the material, or you just focus on your grade? And you can kind of see these aren't just for college, right? If you've ever worked with someone who wasn't aware of their own weaknesses, they're a nightmare to work with in terms of employment, right? Are you good at adjusting strategies? Do you attribute failure to ineffective strategies? That's one thing I struggle with. I'll do the same thing over and over and just get madder and madder and madder until one of my kids kind of goes, why don't you do it like this? And I'm like, I'm a fight, because I just keep doing the same thing over and over. So that's something I have to watch out for myself. Are you good at asking questions, seeking help when you need it? So all kinds of controlling the learning environment. That's a challenge for me. I got 5 kids. It's not always quiet, right? How am I going to get the work done on my side of the class and control that learning environment so I can get my work done? So we all kind of have these questions, and we're all probably struggling with some of them. So what you might want to do is pick maybe 2 points you're good at, and maybe one you kind of need to work on. Mix it up a bit. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. But make sure you stay focused on your experiences and becoming a better self-regulated learner. And hopefully, again, these skills aren't just for college. This is what people look for in good employees, right? But we'll talk about the specifics probably on the 25th a little bit more. But the first 4 paragraphs should be at least 150 words. The first paragraph is going to be your introduction paragraph. You're going to introduce yourself as a student. Kind of depends on what your experiences are. If I go back to my high school days, I was not a particularly good high school student. I just did enough work to keep my mother off my back and keep my driver's license. It didn't serve me well when I went to college the first time either, let me tell you. But you're going to introduce yourself as a student. Then you're going to give us your 3-point thesis where you're going to list the profile points you're going to discuss in your essay. Then you're going to spend a paragraph on each one of those profile points and develop those paragraphs through good examples and good figurative language showing us why you might not be good at organizing your work and what you can do to be better at it within a paragraph, right? But we're going to talk more about details when we get closer to actually working on this essay. But you don't want to just say, my desk is kind of messy. You want to give us some details. Is there a sandwich from 3 weeks ago, all molded and rotting on there because you don't clean anything off? Or the opposite. Do you have a clean desk? Your pencils are here, your calculator's here, your everything's working perfectly for you. It kind of depends on the person. Somewhere within the essay, you're going to define growth mindset and self-regulated learning using those journal entries you're working for. I think I got the journal entries numbered wrong there, we're going to start working with putting source material into an essay and having the works citus page. You're going to have at least 5 examples of figurative language, which we'll be talking about in class. And no you, your, got, get, or it you're talking about yourself, right? So you don't want to say, well, you need to do this to be better self-regulated learner. It's like, no, that's not the point of the essay. The point is, why are you a good one, or what do you need to do to work on that? I think that's about it. I want you to just kind of put that in your head and get you thinking about that, and get you to understand why we're doing these journal entries, and why the metaphor, and what we're kind of working towards there. If you have any questions about all this, be sure to let me know, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.